You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
It's the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. It is a Monday, so we don't have a prize today. We do on Wednesdays and Thunder Road Thursdays and Free Flag Fridays, but I want to take a moment to talk to my beautiful bride over here about a prize we're giving away with radiotravelgroup.com at the end of the month. It's a pretty cool prize. The Sands.
Yeah,
now,
it is.
We've been to this 5 times.
Every year.
It started in 2017. So
Yep.
in 2017, 2018, and 2019, it was at a different location. Then 2020, they didn't do it because of 2020. Then 2021 and 2022, it was in Cancun. That's where it's going to be again this year.
That's where it will be again. Yep.
And it's at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort, Cancun, Mexico. And if you would like to go, we would love to have you join us. And you have a chance to win not 1, but 2 tickets to be there, like for the whole week.
That's right.
Now, you pay for your airfare. You need to have a passport. Other than that,
yeah. Food, drinks, entertainment,
transportation from
the concerts, everything.
Yeah, from the
all
airport to the
included.
resort, from the resort back to the airport.
That's
all
right.
of that stuff is included. All your food, all your drinks.
And it is a week
It
to
is.
remember.
And we've had so many amazing people that we've met because of this event. The event used to be called 80s in the Sand. Now they call it The Sands. And we've got some music now from the 90s and from the late 70s. But it's an event that is just filled with, if you like the music on Sunny, like you listen to Sunny Radio and you go,
Yep.
I love this music, you're going to love it.
You would love this event.
And there's a giant party at the pool the entire week.
It's just amazing.
There's concerts every single night.
Yep.
There's, actors from movies that'll be there as well. This year, Michael Winslow from the Police Academy movies will be there. The bands are unbelievable, and they keep adding throughout the year. There's more and more and more. But Pat Benatar was recently announced. She and her husband both are going to be there. Also just recently announced, Queensryche will be there. Night Ranger is going to be there. The Human League is going to be there. Dee Snider from Twisted Sister is going to be there. And you can see the entire list and get all the details, and I'll tell you how to do that here in a minute. But if you haven't signed up to win yet, you really should, shouldn't you, Heidi?
Oh, yeah, you should.
It's a prize worth over $4,000, and it's going to be given away at the end of this month. So that means, I'm looking at my calendar, it's the 13th today. So you got all of this week, all of next week, and most of the following week to sign up.
And we stayed at this resort last year.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is gorgeous.
It is such a cool thing. And a lot of the people that go to this are people from all over the country, but there are some other folks from around here that we know that go to this as well. It is so much fun. And if you haven't had a chance to sign up, why not? It's free to sign up.
It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, you fill out a
Fill
form.
out and it's done.
That takes, and you only need to sign up once. If you sign up 40 times,
It's not gonna
39 of
help
those
you.
get deleted.
Yeah.
So, but you will have the same odds to win as everybody else that signs up. Here's what you can do. You can tell all of your friends to sign up. Mm-hmm. And you say, hey, you take me, I'll take you. There you
That's
go.
right.
See, now you doubled your chances. But if you get a chance, do it today. Sign up to win. You go to sunnyradio.com. You'll see a big thing it's got all, it's pink and it's got all the stuff all over
ever.
it. It's not hard to spot at the page sunnyradio.com. So when you go there, you'll see all the details about the Sands. And again, that'll be given away at the end of this month. Coming up here in a moment, going to visit with our good friend Brent Baker with a real estate update. Then I've got This Day in Sioux Falls history, and we're going to be talking about a trial that happened on this day back a while ago, and we'll be chatting about that. It's from, what year was it from? 1891. We were all just kids, Heidi. We weren't even born yet. So, yeah, nobody that was at this trial is even around. But we're going to chat about that for This Day in Sioux Falls history and much, much more. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a real estate update. We have Brent Baker joining us from Clients First Group, part of Keller Williams Realty in Sioux Falls. How are you, sir?
I am good.
I'm excited to have you in here. We're gonna chat a little bit about home buying, because there are probably some people listening that are going, you know what, it is maybe time to start thinking about buying a home. And every year, it kind of seems like, as much as I want to say it's going to get nice, it is going to get nice. Maybe not this week, maybe not next week, but it is going to get nice. And that's when a lot of people start thinking about buying homes, don't they?
They do. As the weather warms up, people's attitude starts to adjust a little bit. I mean, spring comes every year, and it comes in the same months.
Yeah.
But it's true.
And there are some things that you should maybe avoid doing if you're thinking about buying something this spring or this summer. There are some things that right now is the time to maybe think about these things. So let's talk about some of the simple things that you can avoid doing that could maybe mess up the opportunity to buy a home.
Yeah. They're all pretty basic, and they've been around for years. We've heard them for years, but sometimes that's the tragedy. We ignore the basic things. So, just number one for a lot of people, because we all like to drive nice cars and it looks really nice in the employee parking lot, but it's really important to avoid buying or leasing a vehicle while you're in the home buying process.
Because if you've got that recent purchase, that's going to mess up other things on your credit.
Correct. Your debt to income gets out of whack, and for some buyers it's not a problem, but for many buyers that will screw things up.
And then there's other things to do with credit cards that could cause issues too.
Correct. And so if you're allowing your credit card balance to rise from month to month, even a temporary rise, if it's significant, it's going to affect what you do.
And then if you've got multiple bank accounts moving things from one place to another, that can cause an issue?
It can. So you want to keep your banking pretty stable during that time period. So if you've got a business account, obviously that's got to stay, showing a positive. Your personal checkbooks and so forth, those need to be pretty stable. They don't like to see things moving around. One thing that I experienced several years ago, I had a home buyer, a very credit-worthy home buyer, but the lender didn't look at the file initially. They said, oh, yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah.
He had made a very large cash deposit into his checking account months before in anticipation of buying a home later that year.
Okay.
Well, the bank didn't look at that and see that initially. And it took a long time for him to verify that this was money he had accumulated over a long period of time, and it was in his house.
Okay.
But the bank had to verify that. Otherwise, it might be a temporary gift or something from somebody, or maybe from illegal activities. And
so if you've got money from yard sales, or I sold a vehicle, or whatever it is, you've got cash that you're putting in, that could actually cause a problem?
So you got to get it in your account and get it seasoned.
Okay.
If it just all of a sudden shows up and it's a big chunk, now we've got some issues, and we have to verify the source of the funds.
Nice. So one of the other things is if maybe you're going to be consolidating some bills, that can also cause some issues, consolidating?
Sometimes it's the timing, sometimes it's the bills. So always talk to your lender before you make changes in that. Some people go off and do their own thing or think this is the way it goes. And logically, it may seem like the right thing, but it may be the worst thing you could do. So always talk to your lender before moving a big chunk of money around or consolidating bills.
And another one that I've seen firsthand, I've seen people do this, where now they're looking at this new house, and in the midst of all this, they take a job somewhere else. Well, that changes everything, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Sometimes it's not such a big deal if it's considered a lateral move.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's in the same company, doesn't sometimes bother either. Say they got a promotion and it's within the same firm. Probably not a big deal. But if you are tired of working for this company and said, I'm done, I'm going to go over here, well, you may have just delayed your home buying process.
So another thing that I guess I didn't really think about, it says, do not try to run your own credit report. But that's something where a lot of people would maybe be curious, but they shouldn't do this on their own ahead of time?
Correct. They should let the lender do that. And there's different reasons for that, but pulling your own credit is not necessarily helping you.
Okay. Nice. And then keeping important documents handy during the buying process. So what kind of documents are we talking about?
That's going to be your tax history, your bank statements, and so forth. And now most of that's digital, so it's easily accessible. But just make sure you have your passwords and so forth, so you can get to it when the bank calls and said, we need to revisit this or verify, because sometimes it takes a while to find a home, and so they have to update your letter of approval.
Very nice. If you tuned in the midst of this, we're going to be saving this as a podcast version as well, so you'll be able to listen. Go to the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com, and if you click on the little podcast, you'll be able to catch all of these 8 things that we just talked about. If you're looking to buy a home, I encourage you to reach out to Brent Baker. Brent, how do they get a hold of you?
I can be reached at 605-310-0297 or brentbaker@kw.com.
Very nice. Again, Brent Baker, you can also find him online at clientsfirstgroup.com. Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com. Time now for This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, March 13th, 1891, it would eventually turn into a trial of national importance kicked off near Sturgis. A Lakota Sioux warrior, Plenty Horses, was indicted on charges of murder in the death of U.S. Army Lieutenant Ned Casey. The trial would eventually be moved from the Black Hills to Sioux Falls, and the eyes of the nation were perhaps for the first time ever on our fair city. Plenty Horses had shot and killed Lieutenant Ned Casey just a few days after the Wounded Knee Massacre. It was undisputed of the fact that he was guilty of that. But the question before the court was, did he kill Casey in combat, one soldier against another, or was it a murder? It would take 2 trials before the case concluded at the end of May. In the first trial, the state painted a compelling image of Lieutenant Casey peacefully talking with a group of Sioux natives, while he was unexpectedly shot in the back and killed by Plenty Horses. That information and a declaration from Plenty Horses that he had killed Casey as a way to win the respect of his people led the jury to determine that Plenty Horses was guilty and deserved to pay for his actions. However, the 12-man jury was split right down the middle, trying to decide if he should be charged with murder or manslaughter. Eventually, that trial was dismissed, and they started on a whole new case. The second trial went much like the first. Now, many of our history books might say that justice did not exist for Native Americans in 1891, especially in South Dakota. But this trial in Sioux Falls, South Dakota may disprove that notion. Judge Oliver Perry Shiras instructed the jury to find Plenty Horses not guilty for the murder of Lieutenant Casey. This case was the final chapter in the Dakota Indian Wars. I encourage you to read more about this case on the Sioux Falls Fun Page today. You can find them on Facebook. This Day in Sioux Falls History comes your way courtesy of the Sioux Falls Fun Page and Sunny 93.3.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, March 13th, brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. It was a game-changing week for equities last week. Fed Chief Jerome Powell's commentary walloped the market that inflation was not tamed. Rates would continue to rise, and peak interest rates may be higher than the market is forecasting. The news caused the market to sell off more than 200 points and create the largest red candle in months. The signal is that the S&P 500 stocks are unlikely to move any higher this year, and that downward risk is increasing. The last several candles like this led to further declines from 5% to 10%. This week will be another hurdle for the market. The CPI data is due out Tuesday and is expected to be hot. Another hot read of inflation data will keep the Fed on track to raise rates at least another 100 basis points. The next hike could be 50. The Fed needs to get the market's attention. Its only weapon is interest rates. You can get the inside track in your inbox at marketbeatminute.com. We have less than 3 weeks to go for an amazing giveaway from RadioTravelGroup.com.
The Sands is an all-inclusive vacation in Cancun filled with sun, fun, and awesome music.
Pat Benatar, Night Ranger, The Human League.
Dee Snider, Queensryche, and so many more.
We go to this event every single year, and many people say it's the best week ever.
And we want you to join us.
Register for free right now at RadioTravelGroup.com.
The prize is valued at over $4,000.
Register right now at RadioTravelGroup.com.